And if you thought Disney and Marvel were going to slow down after Avengers Endgame, then you are sadly mistaken. The link for this video will be in the description. So, Disney announced 8 more Marvel movies through 2022. Here's what they likely are. So, Walt Disney released a lengthy movie release schedule in May, highlighting over 60 movies. That's right, people, 60 movies coming through 2027. So instead of slowing down, they have actually gained a lot of speed and a lot of movies. Among the releases are 8 untitled Marvel movies that will be released between 2020 and 2022. So the movies that you are about to see have been confirmed, and you will be seeing them in this order. From expected sequels like Guardians of the Galaxy 3, with James Gunn back as director, to the new franchises like the Eternals. Here's what we expect to see through 2022. Now, also, after acquiring Fox Film Studios, the Mouse House reorganized its 2019 film schedule to accommodate a bunch of Fox movies. So we know now that, yeah, Disney owned the rights to a lot of Fox movies. So the first movie will be Black Widow, which is scheduled for May 1st, 2020. And I think this is not a bad decision. This is actually a great decision, because I'm still pissed about, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen Avengers Endgame. You want to click off now, but if you have seen it, I'm still mad about the Black Widow death. Scarlett Johansson still is bae to me. I mean, I was hurt by that, man. But anyways, we've been hearing about a potential standalone Black Widow movie with Scarlett Johansson since 2014. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige and Johansson have talked about it at one point or another in the past 5 years, according to the Hollywood Reporter last July. Kate Shortland will direct the solo movie and will take place before the events of 2012's The Avengers. And why this date? It seems like it would make the most sense to see this film first, coming off of the Avengers Endgame, unless another movie surges into the film's premise better. Black Widow also, like I said, had that death in Endgame. People are still messed up over there like me. And November 6, 2020, you have the Eternals. Now, Marvel has been quietly casting the film based around a group of characters created by cosmic beings. So, right now, some of the names that's been thrown in the hat is Richard Madden from Game of Thrones. Angelina Jolie is in talks. Chloe Zoa. Just a couple of names, but they haven't got the cast completely together. But the date they're setting for this is November 6, 2020, the Eternals. Then you have Shang-Chi. Now, reported in December of 2018 that a movie about the master of Kung Fu was in development with Dave Callahan, co-writer of Wonder Woman. Don't know a lot about this movie yet, but we're waiting, for people to be picked, and also it's slated for 2022. Now, this is a big one. May 7, 2021. And I don't know how you didn't guess this. Yes, there will be a Captain Marvel 2. So, Captain Marvel producer Mary Levonis, whether or not one of Marvel's upcoming 8 movies was Captain Marvel 2, she said she was sworn to secrecy, have signed a blood oath. I believe that. I cannot. So it's tough to believe that a movie that unexpectedly grossed over 1.1 billion worldwide isn't getting a sequel. It's a no-brainer. And why this date? The first Captain Marvel movie came out in March and wound up surprising box office analysts by becoming a huge hit. It's clear this franchise has the potential to be bankable enough to command a lead-in date for the start of summer movies in 2021. The first Captain Marvel movie, for those who haven't seen it, is pretty much a prequel. Just introducing you to Captain Marvel, how she got her powers, and how, where she came from. So this will be a story probably right after Endgame. You know, how she continues on from that fight with Thanos. Then we have this is a movie I'm truly stoked about, Doctor Strange 2, November the 5th, 2021. The entire world has been waiting for another Doctor Strange, and we're finally getting it. With Iron Man gone, one of the most powerful people in the Marvel Cinematic Universe is Dr. Stephen Strange. Though he appeared in the last two Avengers movies briefly, there's still a lot of story to tell with him. Notable, one of the end credit scenes set up a direct sequel with Strange's former associate Baron Mordo. When we last saw him, he was setting out on a mission to get rid the world of all the sorcerers we saw teased in Endgame. The first Doctor Strange came out in November of 2016, so they're talking about this one coming out in November of 2020 or 2021. The downside is 5 years and a long time to go between films. It is a long time to go between films, even with Strange's appearance in Infinity War and Endgame. So, and this will be probably the biggest out of all of these movies. Black Panther 2, 2022 is the release date. We all knew that there would be a sequel to this. Black Panther's Ryan Coogler signed in to return to direct and write a sequel in October 2018. And if it ain't broke, don't try to fix it. The film was first released in February 2018, and it makes the most sense to celebrate the release of Black Panther sequel during Black History Month. Young Avengers 2022. Now, the Avengers Endgame aged up Ant-Man's daughter, Cassie Lang, and introduced us to Hawkeye's daughter, Leela. That's probably not a coincidence. Both a female Hawkeye and Cassie Lang become members of the Young Avengers, which also includes Kid Loki, Speed, Wakan, and a lot more characters. We could also see Tom Holland's Spider-Man and Shuri being a part of the next generation of superheroes. I'm really interested to see how that will be, you know, knowing that we won't have the original Avengers together like that again. But 2022 also will bring Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. We originally expected to see the third film in this franchise next year. But we know what happened with James Gunn, and now he's back. And this will be another hit. Main stars Zoe Saldana and Chris Pratt are expected to return. We've also added a potential Thor 4 on the list since Tessa Thompson has said it's been pitched. So there are so many films that Marvel and Disney have that they can put out. It's crazy. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of these. But what do you guys think about Marvel just having 60 movies? They will be bringing movies out forever. So like this video, leave your comments, and subscribe later.